Hi Libra, welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate you sharing your energy with me. Be sure and follow on TikTok and YouTube for me. I'm trying to grow my collective on both so that I can reach more people with my messages. It does help my channels grow too, so thank you for that. But I just want to try to reach as many people as possible this year and next year. It's a huge goal for me to be able to grow my collectives and to be able to get my messages out there and help people with the messages. I know that tarot and astrology have helped me so much on my spiritual journey, and I want to be able to help others as well. So you guys could really help me with that, and I would appreciate it. I clearly can't shuffle today. I've been over here shuffling all day long and no problems whatsoever, and now all of a sudden I get on camera and I can't shuffle. So anyways, I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is the one you need to hear. And then I did bring out my Oracle deck as well. So we'll get a couple of those at the end. So we have the Page of Cups, Judgment, Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, lots of cups, which is emotions, Knight of Wands, Eight of Swords, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, Justice, I love it. And the overall is Three of Pentacles. I love that. So underneath we have the Death card, which is about transformation, endings, beginnings. So I always take that underneath card as kind of like the underlying energy of what's going on here. So we have the Death card, which is all about endings and beginnings, transformations. So you could be going through a transformation right now in some aspect of your life. So the situation here is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is like a love offer, receiving a message of love. But this is also about like what makes your heart happy? What are your passions? So this could be about a love offer that you did receive, or just an emotional offer. If you're not here for a love reading, this could just be an emotional offer that was given to you. And the blockage here is the Judgment. So the Judgment is all about like awakening, an aha moment. It is about leaving the past behind. So you could, maybe you're trying to open to new love, but you're not letting the past behind you. You're not leaving the past behind. You're not letting go of that. Or this just could be you not letting go of the past, whatever that could be for you. Like, it doesn't have to be a love relationship or a love offer. But underneath here, we have the Ace of Cups, which is like a new emotional offer. This is like a new offer of love. So I feel like whatever it was that was the emotional blockage for you and that you're not letting go of, you're hopeful for a new beginning in this emotional situation. So that, again, this could be about love. It could be about like creative endeavors, whatever that emotional satisfaction is for you. I feel like you're wanting a new start in an emotional beginning. In the recent past, we have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is she is the double feminine energy. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but it's also about like your creativity and your intuition here. So I feel like you're opening more to like creativity and intuition. This could be about like, as far as like a creative endeavor, this could be about you opening more to spirituality. Again, it's a general reading, so take it how it resonates. In your higher self or your subconscious, we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is fire sign. It's the Sagittarius card, really. It's a fiery, passionate knight, and it's about a message of like a passionate, I feel like this is you going after your passions, knowing what you're passionate about and wanting to follow your passions. In the near future, we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is, feeling trapped, limiting beliefs. So I feel like in the near future here, you're going to feel kind of trapped somewhere mentally. It doesn't physically mean that you are trapped. I feel like you're going to be in your head about something in the near future. Your advice from Spirit is the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, but she is very fiery and charismatic. She is just very persistent. Like she's, you know, a go-getter. Like she goes out and just does her thing. But the Queen of Wands is, again, fiery and passionate and very joyful. She is also very creative type of energy. In your environment, the influence here is the King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this doesn't have to be. It could just be somebody in your energy. It could be an air sign, but this, as far as energy, this could just be you staying very grounded and very stable, focusing on money. You know, the King of Pentacles is all about wealth and building his stability and his money. So that could be just what's in your environment right now, is you trying to focus on work or focus on your staying grounded. Your hopes and fears, we have justice. So I feel like you're wanting some karma here. You're wanting some justice in whatever the situation was. You know, but I also feel like you need to let the past go in order to get this justice. This blockage here, this judgment, this just not releasing the past and letting things go from whatever happened in the situation. But I also feel like, you know, that's going to come to an end because we have the Death card here. Things are transforming, things are ending, and there are new beginnings coming. So the overall outcome is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. It's about collaboration, but it's also about your work being seen. So, you know, if this is a creative endeavor, like a passionate creativity type of, you know, if you're building some type of business or you're building a community or whatever it is, I feel like it's going to be seen. It's going to be, your work will be on display here. And you could also be working with others in order to bring that to fruition. So I really love this energy. I just feel like you kind of need to release some things. But, you know, overall, it is very good. And this could be, you know, leaving a loved one behind and collaborating with others, moving on from a love relationship into your spiritual work. You know, again, it's a general reading, so it's going to resonate differently. But I really love the energy. What do they not see coming here, Spirit? What does Libra not see coming? So we have the King of Wands, which is a fire sign. So it doesn't have to be. It could just be the energy. Awesome. Okay, so we have the King of Wands, which is fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. So you could be dealing with a fire sign that's coming in. Doesn't have to be. This can just be the energy. So the King of Wands is, he sees things from a bigger picture. And he's very entrepreneurial type of energy. Again, that go-getter energy. You have the Queen of Wands here, which is your advice from Spirit. And then what you don't see coming is the King of Wands. So this could be like a divine counterpart. Maybe you're healing your heart and opening up to a new type of relationship. Or, you know, you're working to build a relationship with someone. Again, it's general reading, so take it how it resonates. But I definitely feel like, you know, this is like just an entrepreneurial type of energy. If you're building a business, then that's coming in for you. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. She is very grounded, earth energy, excuse me, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you could be dealing with an earth sign, but I also feel like this is just Spirit's way of telling you to see things from a bigger picture and stay grounded. The King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like this is Spirit telling you to, you know, step into that entrepreneur energy, stay grounded. We have the Star here, which is like wish fulfillment and healing. And it's like a hope and renewal type of energy. It's a very good card to get. So I feel like this is all coming in for you, all of these great new opportunities. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is about feeling left out. It is about like a lack mindset. So don't see things from the perspective of lack. sit into this good, happy energy and see things from a bigger picture. If you're leaving something behind and you're refusing to move on from it, that could be you, not seeing things from a bigger picture. So once you move on and you move towards something else, you can see things from a bigger picture, and don't focus on what's been lost here. Don't sit in that lack mindset. So what does Libra need to focus on, Spirit? Actions and advice. Awesome. Okay. So we have the Hermit, the Two of Wands, and the Three of Cups. So the Hermit is about like going within, soul searching, seeking answers. Like you have the answers within you. And then we have the Two of Wands, which is about planning and taking those next steps towards what it is you do want to build. You have the answers within you. You just need to do some planning and step into that. And then we have the Three of Cups, which is about joy and happiness, celebrations. And it's also about like groups. It could be about like friend groups or work groups. So, this could be you kind of soul searching and planning, making some decisions with a group of people, or this could just be about your joy and happiness. Like you taking these next steps towards your joy and happiness after you kind of go within what brings you joy. Think about what it is that brings you joy and build that. Work towards that. I really love that for you. That's really awesome energy, Libra. So we just got to leave that past behind, whatever that could have been. And just be hopeful for a new creative adventure, new emotional beginning. Again, whether that's in your work or your love life, you've got that coming in here. So, but you can't get there by holding on to the past. You got to let that go. Okay. Let's see what we have here for you. We have Silent Night and Perseverance. So Silent Night is number 32. Keywords: meditation, peace, and stillness. Yeah, that hermit going within, that meditation, that peace. If by night the world should sleep, a sleep so deep the silence be deafening, there would be sound nothing at all nothing would sound. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. Does that sometimes when I channel messages. I don't know why. That's so weird to me. Anyway, sorry. You're being guided to pause, to reevaluate your situation. Now is not the time to move forward with your plans just yet, and you may even find your goals coming to a complete standstill. Something isn't working, and you need this time to reassess your progress before moving forward. You may even need to release your situation altogether and consider a new path to your desires. Leave the past behind you. Silent Nights offers further guidance. Take this time to meditate and find inner peace. You could be stuck in old or repeating patterns that have created blind spots where your situation is concerned. Perhaps you're investing in a situation that has not repaid you for some time, or it may be that you have given more than you have to offer, and it's time to cut your losses. Consider this pause a blessing and take this moment to shift your perspective. I love that. Yeah. Leave that past behind and move towards what you want. Move towards your passions. What brings you happiness? What brings you joy? Then we have Perseverance, number 26. Loneliness, determination, principles. Stay in the power, dear child, for thy lonely is never alone. When the world is dreadful upon thee, turn to the spirits within thee. Again, that hermit, soul search. Find what makes you happy and take those steps towards your happiness and your joy. Because you are your emotional fulfillment. If you're not taking care of yourself, how do you expect somebody else to come in? I feel like that's an unrealistic expectation we have for some people sometimes. They're supposed to come in and make everything better. No, they're supposed to enhance what you've already made better. So you focus on your wish fulfillment and your joy. Perhaps the most ominous card of the deck, perseverance, often comes along due to struggles, loss, or overwhelming obstacles. You may be facing some setbacks or feel as though you do not have the strength to go on your current path. The struggles you're facing now are meant to make you stronger and wiser and to bring more clarity as you move forward. Consider this: if you cannot handle obstacles where you are, how will you address more significant challenges as you expand? You're being tested to see how well you manage adversity. How you face challenges can make or break your path to success. Remember that strength is not limited, and you have the power to overcome your situation. When the dust settles, you will be wiser and ready to rise to a new level of success. Yeah, you have that 8 of Swords there. You know, don't sit in those negative thought patterns and those limiting beliefs. Step into your passionate. You know, you got all these kings and queens here. Step into that energy. I think you had 3 queens here. Didn't we? Let's go back and look. Yeah, you had 3 queens, which is 1 short of the Empress. So I feel like you're stepping into more of an Empress type of energy. So, you know, just focus on your passions, what brings you joy, and persevere through these obstacles. You're going to be all right. I love this for you, Libra. I love this energy, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.